Let me know, is you down? Body like playmate of the year. I might make that play of the year.
At number 10 is The Office UK. This is one of the most quintessential British comedies that defines the genre. This is also what put Ricky Gervais on the map. Ricky Gervais is a master of comedy in this series, which revolves around daily life in an office workplace. With stomach-hurting jokes to get you every time, and extremely unforgettable characters, you cannot go wrong with this show. Also, watching this show, just to see how young Martin Freeman looks, is totally worth it in its own degree, so make sure you definitely check out The Office UK, you won't regret it. At number 9 we have Jessica Jones. This was Marvel's second Netflix series that was very different to its predecessor, Daredevil. This show dealt with a lot of very dark themes like abuse and rape, which is a first for the comic book genre. Kristen Ritter was perfectly cast as Jessica Jones, and the one that seals the show is of course David Tennant's sick and maniacal Kilgrave. This is probably the best villain in all of the MCU, which is quite a big deal considering the villain problem that the film universe has, but the TV just rocks it. Then at number 8 is Luke Cage, another Marvel Netflix show. I was a bit skeptical with this one at first, but then the season started and it was so cool and grounded, and it just had an awesome vibe to it. Apart from a lacking second half of the season, this show has got great characters and great themes like Jessica Jones, and it also has one of the coolest television theme songs I have ever heard. Make sure you check this one out just for the theme song alone, which you can hear in the background right now, because it's just so cool and suave, I can't get enough of it. At number 7 we move into the DCCW TV universe with Supergirl. This show has really transformed itself. The first season was decent but could have definitely been improved, and that's what the second season did. I love every character in the show and the action is very well done. Also, the casting of Glee's Melissa Benoist in the lead role was perfect. I also love how the suit is actually represented in the show, it's perfect. And we got frickin' Martian Manhunter. In at number 6 is The Walking Dead. Now, I have only seen up to season 4 with this show so far, but from what I have seen, I haven't had an absolute blast with this show. I love the gritty and violent nature of the show and how it's not afraid to show all the bloody little details, cough cough season 7. But with awesome characters and great stories, this is definitely a show you will not want to miss out on no matter what, because it's definitely a groundbreaking one and one that will stay in the history books for a long time. Following that, at number 5 is DC's Legends of Tomorrow. This is a collaboration show where they take characters from The Flash and Arrow and put them in a little team together called the Legends of Tomorrow. This show is all about time travel, which is great as it allows for some awesome time periods like the Wild West or future Star City from Arrow. Every character in this is just so fun and get a lot more development as they're all side characters, which gives maybe characters you didn't like a lot more screen time. This show is just pure fun. Next up at number 4 is Daredevil. This is such a gritty superhero show and I applaud it so much for that. The character of Matthew Murdock is so well portrayed by actor Charlie Cox, and the character of Daredevil is just awesome as he is a lawyer who is blind, which adds some substance to the phrase, justice is blind. I can't express how much I love Daredevil, and I can't wait to see the next season in 2018, as well as seeing him return later on this year in Marvel's The Defenders. Then at number 3 is The Flash. We all knew this show was arriving when a very awesome Barry Allen showed up in the second season of Arrow. Just like Melissa Benoist, they cast Glee's Grant Gustin, and he plays the role so well that I just can't get excited about Ezra Miller's Justice League portrayal. I care so much about every character in this show, and I love how confusing the show gets, as you have to think about each episode to figure out what is really going on, which is something unique I find, and I can't see that in many other shows. My runner-up is a show that was recommended to me by Mulekick Media. Make sure you go check him out, great guy. And this is his favourite TV show of all time, and that show is Banshee. This show is so real and wonderfully shot that I believe this is the gold standard for how action should be shot on TV. It is so incredibly underrated and it's almost a crime because of that. And I do have to say, this is the best TV show I have ever seen. However, it's not my favourite. Here we go, at number 1, it's Arrow. This will come to no surprise to you if you know me at all. I haven't mentioned Arrow on my rebooted channel before, but all you need to know is that it means so much to me. I'm so attached to every single character in the show that it feels like I know them personally. I have teared up multiple times in the show and I've actually cried twice. This is the show that really got me watching TV, and I couldn't be more thankful to it because of the just experience it's given me. This show has also inspired me, as the show has inspired me to take up archery, which is a sport I am now quite experienced at and also fairly good at too, which is something I'm super proud of. Yes, this show had a really dodgy season with season 4, but I as a fan still found enjoyment within every season of Arrow, especially when the first 2 seasons are flawless in my opinion. I cannot thank this show enough for the positive impact it's had on my life, and also the stars of the show for making it as incredible as it is, and that goes for all the DC shows. Thank you, Arrow.